I'm going to continue with this sci-fi scene, making little props. And so far I'm just having fun with the modeling. As you can see, I'm really not adding materials or textures. I just want to do the modeling. We'll see what comes after that. I'm going to make sort of an old-fashioned radio for the scene. And there's going to be some Booleans and some n-gons, and hopefully that's not going to scare you away. It's not going to be a problem for the modeling aspect. And if I wanted to put very basic materials on this and not any real UV mapping, it would work just fine. And that's my intention anyhow. So here I am. I got my cube. I can bring it up. I'm going to look from the side, go into edit mode, and I'm going to scale this into Y and get the approximate thickness that I would want. Look from the front, scale this in the X. All right, so there's my basic radio shape. All right, I'm going to hit 2 to go into edge selection. And here we go. Yes, hold down Shift and select right there. All these edges. I'm going to go Control B, pull, and I'm going to roll my mouse up and get a nice curve on that. Okay. So right now, this is an n-gon. If I go into vertex, you can see that there's more than 3 or 4 points on this. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. I'm gonna select that and the back. So Shift and click the edge, and I'm gonna Control B, and I'm gonna bevel. I'll put the same number of segments. So I've got that. Now if I shade smooth, the sides are going to be okay. I would have problems here, but I'm not going to do that right now. We'll see if we can deal with those problems later on. All right, so this is the front, right? Edit mode 3. There's the front. All right, let's try inset a little bit, and we're going to come E to extrude. We're going to pull back a little ways. Okay, I just want to have a look up at this corner. I'm going to inset again. Not too much, just a little bit. And we're going to come out. Okay. E, let's come out again. It doesn't have to be flush with the surface. Maybe I will come out more though. It is a bit more flush with the surface. Now, I don't like this sharp edge right here, so I'm going to go in, and in edge selection, number 2, or just click there, Shift Alt and click that, and Control B to bevel that. I should be able to bevel it. Let's double check this here. Let's select it all. I just want to make sure I've got my polys are there. I haven't done anything funny. I don't think I have, but you know. Control P again. There we go. Okay, so it's a little bit more rounded. And I'm going to select this. You know, do I want to come out more? No, I don't think so. Let's bevel that as well. There we go. Catch some light. Okay. Now, hopefully I gave myself enough room here. I think I'm all right. Okay, so now I'm going to go into edit mode, and 3, I'm going to select this face, and I'm going to Shift D and bring it out, and P, break it out. So select it, set the origin of geometry. So I got that piece. I'm going to look for the front, go to edit mode, and I'm going to go and do, I think, wireframe and 1 for vertex selection. Okay, and now I'm going to box select all of these and pull them down. I'm going to go to around, like around 3/4. I'm going to have a speaker here and a section for some dials. So I'm going to box select here. I'm going to pull it in just a little bit away from the edge. And this one, just a little bit pull away from the edge. And it's not going to be exact, but that's going to be all right. Let's pull it away from the bottom edge as well. Try to get sort of a similar distance. Let's have a look at that. If that was there. Okay. Now actually I'm going to have to pull this over because I'm going to make a separate speaker section, as you will see. So I'm going to box select this and I'm going to pull it. So let's say I had my speaker there and I have a little section there. So I take this, Shift D, pull it over. Pretty close with a bit of a space. Grab that. And now I will try to have a similar distance from there and there. Again, doesn't matter if it's not exact. Okay, but I'm maintaining my curves. So speaker in here. Is that okay? Is that too big? I'm starting to think it is a little bit big. If I do that, and that's my area for my dial. Something like that. No, okay. Do I need one above? What do I need above? I am going to need something above. So, I think I'll just Shift D, copy this, bring it up so it lines up here, although I want to put a square box around it. So, let's see. This is going to come down. Yeah. Control L for what's linked. I think I'm going to move this in so there's enough room for a box to go around and adjust the shape of this. The size, really. And that's where the channel selection would be. And then a channel knob there. So that means this stuff maybe is too tall. Maybe more like that. All right, well, let's not take all day. Let's just do this thing. Okay, so what am I thinking of doing? I'm thinking of cutting in, aren't I? Making a space for all of them. I think I want to do it that way. So, yeah, I'm going to hit E to extrude, and I'm going to give this some thickness. Select it all. I'm going to push it in. Now, this one I might want to go a little thicker. We'll see, because that's where the speaker is going to be. Okay. Box around there. Before I go on, I might do the box. Just so I get that in there. So my 3D cursor is right there. I'm going to bring in a plane. Rotate X90. I'm going to look from the front. Let's scale this in the Z. And just start imagining this here. I don't know if I want it to be perfectly square, but I don't know that I want it to be as rounded as these either. So we may start with that, and let's just inset this. Okay. So I'm going to cut there. I could move that piece over a bit, and I think I might do it that way. So I'm going to select that face and delete it. And take this. I'm going to extrude it back. A little ways anyhow. I'm going to delete that back face. Select that and Control L, look from the front, and think about this. Actually, I think I want this box all the way, my dial inside it. I am not certain, but I'm going to try that. No, I don't know if I do or not. Okay, well, we'll just leave that there then. Okay, back to the drawing board. So let's get ready to do a Boolean on this front face here. Okay, so I'm going to select my main body, and I'm going to come over to Add Modifier Boolean. I'm going to choose Difference, and I choose these, and I'm going to hit Apply. Take this and hide. I've got some indentations. Now you can't see it very well, so I'm going to switch over and turn on Cavity so we can see that a little bit better. But we're going to do something else here. Let's select each of these interfaces and switch to individual origins. And I'm going to scale this in the X a little bit, scale this in the Z a little bit, and that'll catch a little bit more light. Just like that. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I still have these pieces. All right, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to let's select them all. Let's just select the whole thing, I guess, like that. I'm on individual origins, so let's just hit S. Make them a bit smaller than what I needed there. And I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to bring it in like that. And then I'm going to grab the outer edge and I'm going to bevel that, Control B. And that's where I'll put some knobs. This piece is going to, this one here is going to have holes. That's where the speaker's going to go. And this piece up here, I'm going to bring that in. I want to hide that because I might not use that piece. I think I'm going to unhide that and I'm going to delete that. And then I'm going to come into the body and there's that. And I think this one's going to come out a little ways. All right. And that's where the channel selection would be. And let's work on those holes now. Bring it in a little bit. I'd like to scale this. I'm still in individual origins. That's okay. I'd like to do taper it like that. I'd like to taper it a bit like that. And then bevel. And then knock some holes in this. So let's come in here and in 3 select that, Shift S, cursor to selected, bring my 3D cursor right there. Look from the front and Shift A, mesh, cylinder. I'm going to leave the default settings with the ends capped. All right, go in edit mode and scale it quite a bit down. We're going to rotate X90. Look from the front and position this up here. I'm going to scale it down even more. All right, so I'm going to have that. I'm going to select both of those and Shift H to isolate them. I want to make sure that this goes all the way through. All right. Let's start with that. So let's add an array in the X. Give it a bit of space like that and increase the count going across. Something like that. Okay. All right, I'm going to hit copy. And I want to go in the Z direction. I'm going to go minus 1.35 and 0. That's better. Reduce the count. What about that? I'm going to apply that and apply that. And applied my erase. Make sure we save. Okay. Ready to do Boolean. Select the main body. Boolean. Difference. Select the cylinders. And apply. So we've definitely jumped up. There's more that I want to do though. So I'm going to Shift H on this. And now what I'm going to do is go into edit mode, and in face selection I'm going to select all these back polys like this, and I'm going to delete them. All right, and then I'm going to Shift Alt and click here and H to hide those. So I've got this. Look from the side, and now let's also hide this. Okay, in vertex selection and wireframe, I'm going to box select just those back guys. There we go. Look from the front. I am in individual origins. I'm going to hit S to scale and do this. Alt H, bring everything back. Solid. Okay, that'll just give me a little bit of tapering on those to catch a little bit more light. Okay, let's Alt H and bring everything back. And that is going to be okay. I may take the whole thing. Maybe just this part. And move it in a little bit more. And there's my speaker. Save that. Okay, cool. Let's go over here and select this. Shift S, cursor to Shift S, cursor selected. Let's do that again. Doesn't really matter. But create a circle. Let's go for I don't know. Let's go for 20 vertices. Rotate X90. Bring it out. And we'll scale it down. And I'm going to make two knobs here, like maybe volume and tone or something like that. Okay. So simply going to come out. Let's go back to median point though. E and S, come in. E, come down. Not too much though. E and S. And how do I want to do this? You know what? I think I will continue to scale. I will make a little post that comes out. E, come out. E and S, and then grid fill. See why I did that in a minute. Shift Alt and click these sharp edges here. Control B, pull. I just need one segment because I'll do a subdivision surface on this. It's not going to stay looking like that one. All right. I'm going to put an edge loop down here, and I'm going to bring an edge loop in here. It's probably going to stay like that. There's a little bit more I want to do. Let's set the origin of geometry on this guy and bring it out. Let's isolate it. And I'm going to Shift Alt and click this edge, E and S, come in, and E, come out, make the little post that it would attach to the main body with. Maybe one more. I don't want it too sharp. Alt H. This will allow me to have like a tiny bit of shadow. You know, something like that. Okay. Let's select it and bring the cursor to there and bring in a plane. Rotate X90 and scale it. I'll make like a little indicator of where it is, how loud the volume is or whatever. I don't know what you call that thing. You'll see. Bring that back into there. That's why I wanted to have that. And this I'll bring into there. I'll have it up maybe that high. Extrude it down. I can extrude it right in actually and delete that face. And then select that edge and bevel that. Control B. Just like that though. It's so small it should catch a bit of light. And I can turn the knob. I don't know if I want it that high, if I want it lower. Or do I want it higher? No, I don't want it higher. It's going to be alright, something like that. And then maybe we'll take this same whole thing, Shift D and bring it up. Use that later, but on this one, I was thinking I want that there. I'll bring one more in. I was thinking I would select all these and hit I twice. Separate them like this. Let's make them nice and thin. And then E and Alt S and push for them to come out. A little bit of a sort of a grip. No, that's not too far apart. Yeah, I don't like it like that. That was a little bit too much. Okay, let's do it again. Shift Alt and click there. I. We'll do it like this. E and Alt S and push. And then an edge loop here. It doesn't have to be super tight, and an edge loop here. And that's gonna be better. And you know, we have a bit of a grip on it. Okay, so that could be one knob there. I don't know why. It looks to me like that got pushed in. Did that get pushed in somehow? I think it may have got pushed in. I don't know how that happened, but I think that's what I want. And then I'll take this and this. And I think I'm going to scale it down a bit smaller. Shift D. Copy another one here. And I'll bring the 3D cursor there. And I can just rotate this in the Y. Yeah, I don't know what had happened there. Something happened. Okay. I don't think I want that piece there. And in fact, I think I want this dial to look a little different. So it's still fine that I'm using this. I can just modify this. Get all this stuff here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so what do I got? Just this. Are you ready to come in? Let's get rid of those edges. And let's get rid of that edge. Okay, we'll keep that edge then. There we go. I'm going to just grid fill that. I just want that one a little bit more subtle. And I also want this one bigger. Okay, I'm going to scale shift Y. So that's what we got so far. Cool. So let's come around and have a look at the back. Let's take this and let's inset like we did before. And let's just come out on this one and not spend too much time on it. Let's do that and Control B and bevel like that. So we got what looks like a back piece. Cool. Okay. Control 1 to look from the back and select Shift S. Cursor is selected. Okay, let's bring in a circle. Scale it down and make the antenna. Let's move this somewhere up in this area here. Okay, need extrude will come out. And how are we going to do this? We're going to bring it in like this, and we're going to bevel this. That, I don't know if I need that many. And I'm going to select that and bring the 3D cursor there. That didn't work, so let's do that again. Okay, that's fine, should be fine. Let's make sure that that's right there. And I'm going to bring in a UV sphere. I'm going to go for what, 18 and 9. Not 3. That's an interesting shape though. I think I'll leave it in that orientation. Let's scale it down. And zoom in. No, I won't leave it in that orientation. We're going to have to do it this way. I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to wireframe. And we'll get rid of those, and we'll take these, and we'll extrude them in. Control 2, although maybe 1 would work. Let's try Control 1 on this and smooth. Let's try just 1. I'm sure that's going to be just fine. We'll see about that. And then I'm going to bring in a cylinder. And we'll make this 18. And nothing there. Scale it down, and this is the antenna part. start it. Okay, I'm going to bring in an edge loop down here, and then I'm going to Control B, get rid of the segments. I just want 2 lines there, and I'm going to Shift Alt and click each of those if I can. Control B again, make a bit of an area, a bit of a space, not too big. E and Alt S, and then I'll push it in. Now this will have a subdivision surface as well, and so might as well put that on it right now. And then we'll need lots of edge loops and stuff. But what I'm going to do is just start building an antenna. You can do any kind of thing you want. Just periodically go E and S and scale it in, and then start again. Extrude up a ways. Just look at the size of the thing here, of the radio. They don't have to be the exact same distance in. I'm not going to worry about that. E. And I come up here, and I'm going to do one more, and then we'll end it. E and S. I'm going to come in more. E, come up. And just before I end it, though, let's start throwing in some of those edge loops. So here and here. And as it goes up in polys, remember to save. Probably I would switch over to cycles and GPU compute. Just throw in these edge supporting loops or edge loops. I could bevel, but I just feel like throwing these in. It's fun to do. Easy stuff. Still make mistakes though. Let's see how that's looking. Let's see. I don't know how realistic that looks, but I could widen these if I wanted to, but no one's going to see them. It's so small. Okay, and okay, I'm going to hit E and S, and then come out. E, come up. E and S, come in, and then grid fill. And then I'm just going to, I will bevel these ones. Control B, it'll just be easier. Throw one edge loop in there, and then I need another one up here. And that is my antenna. There it is. Okay. Hopefully not too fat. Okay. I'm going to need a switch, so I'm just going to bring in a plane, rotate X90, I'll look from the back, and I'll scale it, G, have it somewhere around there, scale this in the X, scale, yeah, something like that. I think, okay, well, we'll do it like this. How will we do this? Maybe I'll do this, I'll bevel this. All right. So let's head back and delete that face. And let's throw on a bevel. We'll go for 2 and 0.01. Like this. And let me see if I prefer now without the cavity shader. Now that things are moving along. Yeah, I think I do. Okay. So that's going to be like the base of it. And then we'll create a little indentation in here. I'm going to hit I to inset. And inset that in like that. Now, I might do that. That'll change the bevel a little bit. Just make it a little bit flatter. And then come in and take this face, Shift D, and pull it out. And I'm going to use this to make this the switch itself. And I'm going to hit E to extrude. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to delete that face, and I'm going to put an edge loop there. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to push it down, like that. And then I'm going to select just the switch part. Okay, what am I doing here? Select it, Control L, look from the back, and I might scale this a bit smaller. You know, so it looks like it kind of would fit in there. And hopefully it looks like it's down. Good enough though. Does that look okay? Does that switch? Okay, there's more to do on the back here. I'm just wondering if there's something I can use. Shift D. Pull that to the back and P to break it out. I want to make another region in here with holes again. Wireframe, box select, like that sort of. It doesn't have to be central. Okay, I'm going to give this some thickness. I'm going to push this in. And I'm going to cut the body here. Boolean difference with respect to that. Apply. Hide. Let's try beveling this edge. Control B. No, it doesn't like it. Oh, that's fine. You can mess around with it. You can use the knife tool, but I'm not going to bother. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scale this in the X. Scale it in the Z. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this face, Shift S, cursor to selected, and I'm going to bring in another plane. Rotate X90. And I want it to sit about there. Did I not lose it? It's going to go just past. Okay, I've lost now my sense of that. So scale this in the X and scale this in the Z. Okay, I see what I'm looking at. It's this here. Okay, that's probably okay. Good enough. Okay, let's focus on that. Let's set the origin geometry on that. I don't know if I need to do that. Okay. And let's do some more with cylinders. To lower the polys, I'll bring it to 24. And we'll see how good of a result we get with that. I am going to need this thing capped off, though. Okay. In order to do the Boolean. So just put a face on there. And a face on there. I'm going to bring it up. And I think I'm just actually going to bring everything back just to make sure that my cylinder is in a decent position. I'm going to do that. And let's hit the array. And let's go in the other direction. That's good enough. And let's copy that. negative direction. Like that. Those are rather big holes. And I don't really like them that big, so I'm going to scale this. Actually, I'm going to scale, but not the Y, scale Shift Y, so that they still poke through. And then I'm going to increase that, and increase, let's see. Do it like that. I just need to make sure they do go through, and it looks like they do. Okay. Now, that's what I want. Right. Now, do I have another piece here that I don't need? That was my cutter. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm going through the plane. Shift H. I'm going to give this a tiny bit of thickness. And now, with the plane selected, Boolean, select these guys, apply, delete them, Alt H. Okay. Select it, come back in, delete these back ones, just like we did before. Hide those ones. Not sure I need those anyhow. Look from the side in wireframe. One, box select. Am I in wireframe? Yeah. Box select all these. I'm going to switch to individual origins, S to scale. Let's do more of a taper this time. You can see the catch is light. If I was to try shade smooth, I would get all this, and so you can do that, and then you can try edge split, and you know that does a pretty good job so that it smooths there, and that's fine. And you know, whether or not I need it on here, you could try edge split again, and it may do just fine. And I could try that on this, and I could try edge split on this as well. And if I do get some discoloration, okay, it's mostly okay. I could look at the back, and I look at here. What I would do is just go in and select this face, and I'm just going to hit E, just in place. It'll create another face, and it'll get rid of that. All right, it's cheating, but no one's going to know. So I'm going to do that here, because I think it looks good with the smoothing. All right, and I'm almost done what I wanted to do. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to check something. Not quite. Some bolts and something up top, so let's quickly do the bolts. It's pretty high poly, but that's the way it is. Yeah, what have I done? Okay, so let's just simply come out, and let's try grid fill with, like, can I do 2? And just Control B, just pull, and no segments, no segments, Control B, 1 segment maybe, 1, and just shade smooth. No one's going to know. No one's going to see it that close. And let's make sure we're in medium point. And oh, come on out. We could have that there. And we could do a, say, Shift D. Do we want 3 across? Shift D. I don't really care about mirroring this. 3 across down there. And put 1 here. I should have done this evenly, I suppose. You know, that. There's the back. Okay. And the final thing I would do, I think, you know, because there's not going to be anything in here, I guess, is up top. What I'll do is I'll select that, Shift D, S to scale, scale in the X, scale in the Y a little bit, bring it over here, P to break it out. I'm going to have to hide that, so I got this piece. Let's bring it up a bit. Alt H, bring everything back. Okay, so we would have this. And then what we'll do is we'll go in, E to extrude, we'll pull it down. Let's get rid of that face. Let's pull this on up a little. Maybe to there. And then I'll take this edge, pull it up, and I'm going to take edge split off that, bevel to, no, that's not what I want. That's more what I want. And let's, by the way, go in and Alt N. Calculate outside just in case. Oh, I got smoothing on. I don't need that. This is what I'm thinking of right there, as you can see. And okay, so I got those. I'm going to select them both and Shift S, cursor to selected. And I'm going to bring in another plane right there, right in the middle. In vertex, I'm going to go Alt M, merge at center. So I got 1 point. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to look from the front. I'm going to hit E and G and bring it right in, just like that. E and G, and then bring it right in. Take this 1 point, right? At 1 point. Shift Control B to bevel, and do this. And then I'm going to roll my mouse up a few times, get it nice and smooth, good enough. Okay, selected, E to extrude, pull it out to give it some thickness. Select it all, move it into the center. Okay, now with it selected, Alt N. Let's see if I can do it up here so you can see the colors. Alt N, recalculate outside. Okay, no change. E and Alt S, and I'm going to push like that. Okay, Control 1, let's try. 1 subdivision. Not that yet. I'm going to do that in a minute. Control R down to this end. Control R down to that end. Up and down. Not there. And down. Smooth enough, I think, for what we're going to do. I'll bring it up a little ways. And then I will roll my mouse up. I'll get 3. And I'll select them and Control B, pull no segments, just a space like this. E and Alt S and pull and push. I want them to come up a little bit. Just no, that wasn't enough. Let's go Alt S and push. Okay. And yeah, pretty high poly. And there's nothing on there, but you know, whatever. So that's what I got right there. So this is my radio. Save that. Control C. And let's go open SciFi scene. All right, from last time, and I got that there. I'm going to Control V, put the radio there. I'm going to move it out. And we are going to make a new collection. I'm going to call it radio. Okay, so we got that. And now there's something we need to do here. Some of the polys are flipped when it comes in, so I'm just going to select each piece and recalculate outside. And I'm going to just try to remember to do it all. Alt-N, recalculate outside. This probably fine. Some of these are okay. I think I got that. Okay, this thing here. I suppose I could do it at the same time. No, not average. I don't know what average is. Just recalculate outside. That's most of it, but we got a little bit more. Let's try this. It could be something I'm doing wrong when I just copy them. Maybe that's not the way to do it. That looks all right. Nope, that's not what we're going to do. Let's recalculate them outside. Looks like the screws are funny. Jeez, can I just do it like this? Select everything. That might have been an easier way to do it. Although, I think I'm okay now. And it makes me wonder if all of these are okay. Yeah, I think I did them. I think my floor is a bit weird. I think it needs to be like that. Yeah, that was a problem from before. Okay, so let's select that and just decide what we're going to do with this. I think I'm going to put it up there. I don't know where it would fit, but there it is for the time being. With all my props. Let's take this tank though. No, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so we're definitely getting up in polys, but that's what we've got so far. Cool. I think it fits the general scene.